7. Account termination policy. A. YouTube will terminate a user's access to the service if, under appropriate circumstances, the user is determined to be a repeat infringer. B. YouTube reserves the right to decide whether content violates these terms of service for reasons other than copyright infringement, such as, but not limited to, pornography, obscenity, or excessive length. YouTube may at any time, without prior notice and in its sole discretion, remove such content and/or terminate a user's account for submitting such material in violation of these terms of service. Now, they actually made a typo here. This is the first typo that I've come across. It should say users, but it actually says users with a U on the end. 8. Copyright policy. A. YouTube operates a clear copyright policy in relation to any content alleged to infringe the copyright of a third party. Details of that policy can be found here. https://www.youtube.ca/t/copyright_notice. B. As part of YouTube's copyright policy, YouTube will terminate user access to the website if a user has been determined to be a repeat infringer. A repeat infringer is a user who has been notified of infringing activity more than twice. 9. Warranty disclaimer. You agree that your use of the service shall be at your sole risk. To the fullest extent permitted by law, YouTube, its officers, directors, employees, and agents disclaim all warranties express or implied in connection with the services and your use thereof. YouTube makes no warranties or representations about the accuracy or completeness of this site's content or the content of any sites linked to this site and assumes no liability or responsibility for any 1. Errors, mistakes, or inaccuracies of content. 2. Personal injury or property damage of any nature whatsoever resulting from your access to and use of our services. 3. Any unauthorized access to or use of our secure servers and/or any and all personal information and/or financial information stored therein. 4. Any interruption or cessation of transmission to or from our services. Alright, so I've just come across a second typo. Now, I just read IV or 4, and the next section is also IV or 4. I'm just going to zoom in here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. As you can see, it says IV, which is what I just read, and then after that is IV again. 4. Any bugs, viruses, Trojan horses, or the like which may be transmitted to or through our services by any third party and/or. 5. Any errors or omissions in any content or for any loss or damage of any kind incurred as a result of the use of any content posted, emailed, transmitted, or otherwise made available via the services. YouTube does not warrant, endorse, guarantee, or assume responsibility for any product or service advertised or offered by a third party through the services or any hyperlinked services or featured in any banner or other advertising, and YouTube will not be a party to or in any way responsible for monitoring any transaction between you and third-party providers of products or services. As with the purchase of a product or service through any medium or in any environment, you should use your best judgment and exercise caution where appropriate. 10. Limitation of liability. In no event shall YouTube, its officers, directors, employees, or agents be liable to you for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, punitive, or consequential damages whatsoever resulting from any 1. Errors, mistakes, or inaccuracies of content. 2. Personal injury or property damage of any nature whatsoever resulting from your access to and use of our services. 3. Any unauthorized access to or use of our secure servers and/or any and all personal information and/or financial information stored therein. 4. Any interruption or cessation of transmission to or from our services. 4. Any bugs, viruses, Trojan horses, or the like which may be transmitted to or through our services by any third party and/or 5. Any errors or omission in any content or for any loss or damage of any kind incurred as a result of your use of any content posted, emailed, transmitted, or otherwise made available via the services, whether based on warranty, contract, tort, or any other legal theory, and whether or not the company is advised of the possibility of such damages. The foregoing limitation of liability shall apply to the fullest extent permitted by law in the applicable jurisdiction. You specifically acknowledge that YouTube shall not be liable for content or the defamatory, offensive, or illegal conduct of any third party, and that the risk of harm or damage from the foregoing rests entirely with you. The service is controlled and offered by YouTube from its faculties in the United States of America. YouTube makes no representations that the service is appropriate or available for use in other locations. Those who access or use the service from other jurisdictions do so at their own violation and are responsible for compliance with local law.